Dick move, non-aggression principle. Not always the same thing. So let me be clear for the people who aren't playing with a full deck that doxing is not the crime of obtaining information through hacking and social engineering. That would be aggression and fraud, respectively. Doxing is purely the posting of the information about someone against their wishes. This is not a defense of all cases of doxing. Some examples of doxing are good things to do, and most cases are total dick moves. Just because something is a dick move does not mean it's a violation of the non-aggression principle. The only point that I'm making is that doxing is not aggression. It is hard to be an anti-IP advocate who thinks that doxing is aggression. Why? Because the two most common arguments for this position are the same arguments that pro-IP advocates use to justify intellectual property laws, and are the same arguments that anti-IP advocates reject as invalid. Number one, it is stealing information. It is not theft to copy. Unless they stole a notepad, mail, ID cards, etc., it is not theft. The act of fraud, i.e. breaking or socially engineering people out of the information or breaking into a computer system, is the crime, not dumping the information. The person who had their information stolen still has said information. For example, if you post my name and address online, I still know my name, I still know where I live, and I can still use this information in my day-to-day life. This is akin to the RIAA or the MPAA claiming that people steal movies and music. This is false. Argument number two, it's your information, implying ownership. You either believe that you own information or you cannot. If you believe that you cannot, then there is no middle ground. I do not own the letters and numbers that make up my name and address. And I pointed out before, it cannot be stolen. If you give out my name, I still have my name. Argument number three, it can cause financial harm to someone, or someone could lose their job. No, posting someone's private information does not necessarily follow that they will be hurt financially or lose their job. However, what they might have done that others might find abhorrent that was attached to that information could. But in order for you to agree that that's aggression, you must then agree that you own your reputation. And at no time may you say anything negative about anyone or any firm, because that too might hurt them financially. So you posting that negative review about some Chinese food restaurant on Yelp, that's aggression. Didn't think so. You cannot on one hand say that in a free society if someone is evil, they will be ostracized. Then complain that someone's reputation is ruined and it's totally the fault of the person making the accusation, unless that claim was false. Argument number four, doxing is always intended for physical violence. This is the only one I haven't heard contradict fundamental, very basic libertarian philosophy, but it's also the dumbest. This is not true. A very famous example was in 2003 when basketball player Kobe Bryant was accused of rape. Her accuser was doxxed by the controversial radio personality Tom Likas because he believed that Kobe was innocent and that it was unfair to name the accused publicly but not the accuser. In 2007, Hal Turner, a white nationalist internet talk show host, started revealing the phone numbers of members of the online group Anonymous who called to make prank phone calls on him on air. In retaliation, Hal Turner was doxxed to extend more opportunities for Anonymous to prank the talk show host, even off air. In either example, there were no calls for bodily harm, nor did any take place. In 2007, a suspected pedophile was doxxed in an attempt to assist the state to apprehend him. A porn star in 2014, Jenna Jameson asked 4chan to track down an ex-employee who was abusing her social media accounts. 4chan doxed him to assist her. And the examples go on. And when I do a search for notable examples of doxing, very few ever call for personal harm. It is usually done to shame, resolve disputes, or to assist the state in apprehending criminals. Those examples that are intended for harm include threats or calls for harm. We can say that theoretically there's a type of doxing that is aggression, but then it would not follow that all forms of doxing is aggression, just as we cannot say that all forms of killing people isn't aggression because self-defense is legitimate. Now, I will agree with you that in most cases of doxing, it is a total dick move. But just because something hurts our feelings does not mean that it's aggression, and does not violate the non-aggression principle. Okay? Other people's rights don't end where our feelings begin, and conversely, our rights don't end where other people's feelings begin. Dick move, non-aggression principle. Not always the same thing.